Wait
kayo
pa rin.
naniniwala na mayroong human rights violation?
Mr. Chair, ganito kasi yan eh.
Dali po, dahil po, kahit na itong mga biktimang ito ng mga pamilya nag-testify dito ngayon, hindi kayo naniniwala na may human rights violation?
Mr. Chair, as far as PDEA is concerned, yung sa amin lang na organisasyon, wala pong human rights sa
You
amin.
were the Director General at that time. You're not talking about just CBDEA.
If yung
Please,
sa
please,
labas, sa buong
you're
sa
under oath.
kabuuan, Mr.
You
Chair,
are under oath. This might not be the court, but this is a committee hearing of Congress. You're under oath.
yes, Mr. Chair.
So tell us, you do not believe that there is any human rights violations during those time?
Out of PDEA,
there
Mr.
is
Chair,
none?
meron.
Meron
Pero
pala
sa
eh.
PDEA, Mr. Chair, walang human rights sa amin, Mr. Chair.
Nakakainis yung sagot ninyo kanina eh. Meron pala naniniwala pala kayo ngayon eh. Parang ini-insulto nyo ang committee ito eh.
No, Mr. Chair, ang pagkakaintindi ko is, meron bang human
Director
rights?
General, you are under oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, you said a moment ago, there are no human rights violations. Is tantamount to saying, dito sa amin, niloloko nyo kami.
No, Mr. Chair. Ang pagkakaintindi ko, Mr. Chair, is kung merong human rights violation sa PDEA. Kaya nga sabi ko, Mr. Chair,
Hindi po PIDEA ang pinag-uusapan dito. If there are human rights violations sa nangyaring war on drugs.
yes, Mr. Chair,
nung
I correct
panahon
myself. I correct myself. There
Okay.
is a human rights
So you're
violation.
apologizing right now.
Sabihin mo sa akin kung ikaw o kayo ang gumawa.
Mr. Chair, we did
Yun
not
ang sinabi mo eh.
we did not submit the list to the President.
Could you please say that again? That the President has given his list? In other words, you're telling this committee that the President then had his own list.
Ang Mr.
That
Meron
came from
tayong
your
tinatawag,
mouth.
Mr.
not
Chair,
from
na
mine.
I did yung
You
yung
be careful
dating
about your
tinatawag
statement.
na PRRD list. Merong tinatawag
PRRD
na doon.
list?
Meron dati yung Mr.
Yes or
Chair.
no?
Meron Mr. That's
nasa
what we
ngayon yun.
call
Yung ganun pong klaseng mga krimen ay naobserba ko rin po for a long time. Mga babae na batang-bata o kahit bata nare-rape, matatanda, pinapasok sa kanilang bahay, nilolooban, pinapatay. So, yun pong mga ganong klaseng kaso ay napansin ko rin po na marami na nangyari nung kasagsagan ng droga sa ating bansa. So, bagamat meron po tayong nakikita na mga kaso na yung mga suspects ay naging parang subject ng torture o ng violent death, ay gusto ko rin pong i-point out natin na daang-daang libo siguro po na karaniwang taong bayan ang nabiktima naman ng mga talagang tunay na true-blooded na drug pushers at drug users. Ano po?
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair,
tapusin ko
may I
lamang po ito.
intervene?
Siguro po yun ang dahilan sa isang banda, Your Honor, kung bakit despite what we are observing, it seems that majority of the people are quietly supporting the drug war. Because one very visible impact of the drug war campaign was a very substantial reduction in street crimes, Your Honor.
Yes,
Mr. Chair,
Yeah,
can we
parang-
recognize Congressman Pasco?
oo, parang na-struck lang ako sa sinabi ni former secretary. So ibig mo bang sabihin na justify mo yung drug war ni Duterte dahil sa mga patayan? So okay lang na may pinatay dahil dito sa drug war at ang mga tao ay sinasabi nila na sinusuportahan nila to? Baka hindi, takot sila, no? At masasabi na ba natin ngayon, Mr. Chair, na nawala na ba ang droga? Na nawala ba sa panahon ni Duterte? Na-reduce ba talaga yung paggamit ng droga, Mr. Chair? Tapos yung sinasabi niyo rin kanina na reasonable force. So sa pag-uusap ninyo, parang kanina sinasabi din ni Secretary, Mr. Chair, na pinapaliwanag naman ni Duterte kung paano itong reasonable force. So reasonable force ba yung killing? Mismong sa bibig niya eh. 'Di ba? May salitang patayan doon sa sabi niya, may mga pinakita sa video yung mga sinasabi niya tungkol sa papatayin ko, yung mga 'di ba? O dapat patayin. Kahit si Bato, sinasabi niya kung di makalaban, palabanin nyo. Kung walang baril, bigyan nyo. 'Di ba? So, hindi ko maintindihan, Mr. Chair, na reasonable force yung sinasabi. Tapos ganito yung mga statement. Parang in conflict dun sa sinasabi ng ating former secretary, Mr. Chair. Parang hindi ko lang matanggap na parang gina-justify niya yung mga patayan. Okay lang yan, nawala, nabawasan, natakot ang tao, etc., Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, hindi naman po na gina-justify natin ang drug war campaign dahil sa mga namamatay at mga inaabuso ng mga ordinary people ng mga taong quite unfortunately na involved sa droga. Tama lang naman po na dahil ganun katindi ang nangyayaring, kumbaga tinawag na nga po na salot ang drug scourge, ano po. Kaya po tingin ko ay nararapat lamang na maging i-address ng gobyerno yung ganyang klaseng problema. Kaya po tama na magkaroon ng drug campaign. Pero hindi po natin gina-justify yung paggamit ng excessive force na hindi naman kailangang barilin o patayin ay gagawin. Ano po? Yun po ang maliwanag na gusto kong maliwanagan, maipaliwanag. Hindi po natin gina-justify yun. At ang Department of Justice nga po ay nag-conduct on its own ng mga ganyang klaseng investigasyon. Pero yun pong policy na bigyang pansin ng presidente ang sitwasyon natin sa droga ay isang bagay na palagay ko po lahat naman tayo ay mag-agree dahil malalang malala na po ang drug situation nung time na gawing programa ng presidente ang drug war. Lahat po tayo nakakabasa sa dyaryo, sa TV, halos araw-araw po. May mga nangyayaring insidente na bigla na lang sinasaksak sa sasakyan or binubugbog or ninanakawan dahil po either lango or basag or durog yung tinatawag na person concerned or dahil po sa pangangailangan para siya ay makabili ng droga. Hindi po natin gina-justify yung violence. Ang gina-justify po natin ay aksyon ng gobyerno para po ma-address yung mga ganyang klaseng crimes committed quite unfortunately either willfully or not willfully because of a health condition perpetrated by persons who are afflicted with drug abuse.
Let me Professor, nung unang taon ng ating former president, ilan po napatay? Unang taon.
Nung first year po, sandali lang po. Pero yung, I remember at least at the time, from July, August, September, mga 1,000 per month.
That is
Yung death tolls.
unang taon. That's the first year.
The first 3 months.
The
Yun po
first-
yung height.
The first 3 months.
Yun po yung height ng war
Comparing
on
it
drugs.
to the unang taon ng ating Pangulo ngayon, meron ba napatay?
Actually, ang Third World Study Center po ang may datos po sila tungkol dyan.
Salamat po. Sa katunayan, sa unang 6 na buwan, noong ito ay base sa pagsunod namin sa mga
Yes,
balita
yes,
na
yes.
lumabas. May 1,448 na kasong drug-related killings unang 6 na buwan noong 2016.
Ng dating
2016.
Pangulo
Ng dating Pangulo.
o unang 6 na buwan.
Opo.
Ngayon pong unang 6 na buwan ng ating Pangulong Marcos.
Pangulong Marcos, ang minonitor namin actually ay isang buong taon, ay may 342 na patayan. At 54 dito ay naganap lahat sa Davao City.
Okay, so meron tayong comparison dito, Secretary Guevara. No? The thing is, totoo po yung sinabi ni Congressman Castro na hindi naman nahinto ang drugs. Ngayon, ako naman, pinapasalamatan ko ang ating former president na inuna niya ang drugs at nawala yung manufacturing drugs dito sa Pilipinas. Pero ang pumalit ay mga smuggled drugs. Ang pumalit. Nakikita po natin, per tons din naman ang nahuhuli. Sa Davao, may nahuhuli. O sa ibang lugar sa Pilipinas may nahuli, pero nakikita po ninyo the first 3 months ng panunungkulan ng ating former president, more than 1,000 na eh. First 6 months o first year ng ating bagong Pangulo, wala pang 300. So, ibig pong sabihin, talagang mayroong pagkakaiba. Talagang nais natin sabihin dito, merong nangyaring massive na annihilation, eka nga, nung panahon ng dating Pangulo.
Yeah, so Mr. Chair, may follow-up question. Sa dami ng mga nahuli, tama naman po yung sinasabi ni Sec. Maynard na talagang karumal-dumal yung ibang mga krimen na nangyayari at dapat nga mahinto ito. But as a doctor, I'm also looking at the fact that these small-time pushers and drug users, and I'm not saying that all those who were killed were actually part of that niche of the population kasi marami nga yung mga nadamay lang. Pero ang tanong ko, ilan pong mga malalaking isda ang nahuli? Yeah, maybe in so far as
Si General Albayalde.
Mr. Chairman, I think the PNP will be in best position to answer that question. I'm sure they have this data from their
Yeah,
their end.
but now the Philippine National Police in the current situation will be able to answer that. No?
yes.
Palagay ko ako, may alam din ako na there are 20 drug traffickers. Malaki po ito nakakulong. Nahuli, pero nakulong. Pero walang namatay. Ha? O, 8 ang big time. At ginawang opisina ang kulungan.
so Mr. Chairman,
That's during the drug war.
Mr. Chairman, bale 20 malalaking isda ang nahuli, nakulong, 8 doon ang talagang sobrang giant fish in the drug syndicate.
At ginawang office ang kulungan.
Oh, so maybe can General Albayalde comment on this?
Well, that's on the part of the BGMP, ma'am, because yung pong custodial hindi handled ng Philippine National Police yan.
Bucor. Laki
Of
ko,
course,
So,
the
under
Bucor.
Mr.
If they
Chair.
tolerate
No?
that practice,
Wala
then
naman
they have
ako,
to ask
yes.
the Bucor of that po. What we have are just small jails in the different police stations, Mr. Chairman.
Well, no, you were the Director General of the Philippine National Police. So you're not, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na small jail lang ang ano nyo. You also have a partnership with Bucor on that. Kayo nakakahuli ng mga big fish. Hinuhuli, nakakulong sa Muntinlupa. And all of us know, publicly ito, public ito, that they are making their own cell as the office. In fact, some of them are even air-conditioned because they have the money to do that.
Yes,
So Mr. Chair,
Mr.
maybe
Chairman.
Congressman Acop can shed light on something. He was hindi, sige, mamaya.
So, the thing is, yung pinag-uusapan po kanina na if we have seen, ako, I've been in government since 1992, no? I'm not going to reveal to you how old I am, pero I'm still quite young. Pero palagay ko,
No contest.
palagay ko, since I was young until now, I have not seen such massive death. Sabihin natin na tama si Secretary Guevara na nagustuhan ng taong bayan ang drug war sapagkat galit tayo sa drugs eh. Pero the thing is this, no? Naniniwala din naman tayo na itong mga napatay na ito, mga suspect lang to eh. Hindi naman sila convicted na of drugs. Ang iba nadamay lang. Ang iba hindi naman talaga drugs. Ang iba
Yung iba driver
driver,
ng
Ang iba,
tricycle
drug
ng
pusher.
motor. Maybe Mr. Chair,
Diba?
Congressman Acop.
drug user.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
May I-
go ahead, Congressman Ako.
the PNP cannot answer the query of the Honorable Garin unless they can tell us that there was a drug list wherein the names there are classified as high value targets and the others not. Now, may I ask the PNP whether there was really a drug list during that time? Kasi yun ang rason ng mga pulis noon eh. No, there was a drug list. Ang in-excuse nyo, kaya na-enkwentro, dahil kasama sa drug list.
Meron ba kayo nun? Meron ba kayo nun?
Ngayon, iba na. Di ba, Director General Lasso? The list now is coming from the barangays.
Pero Congressman ako, meron ang PIDEA na drug list, di ba?
Eh, gusto ko nga malaman kung na kanino, Mr. Chair, because I haven't seen it. Pero yun ang dinadahilan kung may napapatay.
Ganito na lang, before you answer, no? Gagabihin tayo rito, no? Pero ganito na lang, can you submit to us a drug list? PIDEA, can you submit to us a drug list if you have any? Do you have any or not?
Sir, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, yes, we have a drug list. We call it the National Drug Information System. But I'm sorry, Your Honor,
Mr. Chair,
we cannot provide you a.
I will just ask that question. Is that the drug list during the time of former President Digong, or it is the current drug list? Because I know that you have a drug list coming from the different barangays submitted to the local government units and validated by the PIDEA, right? Pursuant to a dangerous drugs board policy.
Yes, Your Honor. The NDIS that I mentioned earlier is the official database of target personalities that we have in PIDEA. I was not yet, when I joined PIDEA, I was informed that during the past administration in 2016, and I did list, it is an interagency drug information database was provided.
So why can't you give to us a drug list? Because of
Sir,
confidentiality or
yes,
what?
sir, yes, it's
Yes,
sir.
Well, you can give that to us with confidentiality for my eyes only. Pwede
Mr.
ba yun?
Chair, just to go back to where we were, I believe the Honorable Akop had a question that can be answered by PNP and PIDEA.
Yeah. Oo. Do you have the number of the drug list in your hand? Yung number lang, yung number.
No, sir.
No. How about Mr. Wilkins? Do you have a drug list before, di ba? And during that time, it was a time of the former president.
Mr. Chair, bago nag-umpisa ang presidente, meron tayong out of the Dangerous Drugs Board survey, household survey, meron tayong lumabas na about 3.4 million persons who use drugs. 3.4. Yung nag-start yung term ng ating presidente. Wala naman, hindi naman yun lahat nasa listahan. It's just a household survey sa different places in the country. Now, ang PIDEA po ay merong National Drug Information System which dates back nung NARCOM days pa. Yung mga part of that is NARCOM days pa, and then every year sinasala kung active pa ba o hindi. So during our time, every month may initial listahan, tapos meron ding ibinigay na listahan from other government agencies, kinonsolidate ng PIDEA, and then we tried to re-evaluate kung nasa if this personality is still active or not. And then nung nag-start ang ating yung tinatawag ni Sir Bato na tukhang, actually it came from Barangay Drug Clearing Program, Mr. Chair. Yung tukhang is the first phase of the Barangay Drug Clearing Program. Para with the help of ang program talaga nito, Mr. Chair, is kasama natin ang barangay, kasama natin ang pulis.
Mr. Chair, I think the answer of the former DG Wilkins Villanueva is not appropriate for the question of this representation, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to know if there was an original list which was made as a basis for operation against high-value targets and pushers.
During the time of the former president.
Yes, because as of
Meron,
now,
sir.
there is another list being, shall we say, listed by PDEA coming from the barangays of this country, the information of which is validated by PDEA, and they come up with a list pursuant to a dangerous drugs board policy. So, are you trying to tell this representation that the drug list during the former administration is the same drug list that you're using now? Please answer my question.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, so there are two drug lists. Where is the first one? That's my question. Which was used by operatives when they encounter valuable targets involved in the illegal drug business. Di ba? If we go back to the different operations, congressman na kasi ako noon eh. Kaya alam ko. And alam ko rin na 8 yung big time businessmen, Chinese businessmen involved. Nandun na sila sa kwan. Why? Because I was there when the case of then Secretary De Lima was heard in this Congress. I was part of that committee. Kaya nalaman ko yung mga impormasyon na ito. So huwag kayong magsinungaling.
Yes, Mr. Wilkins.
Mr.
Please.
Chair, isa lang yun. That's part, yung listahan namin during the time of President Duterte is carried over ngayon as part of the National Drug Information System. Mawawala lang siya every month, nagre-revalidate tayo ng drug personalities dahil meron tayong procedure para tanggalin ang drug personalities from that list.
Mr. Chair,
Meron ako.
may I ask the former Director General Villanueva, would it be proper for me to conclude that PDEA during that time was the one who made the list and gave it to the President? Sabihin mo sa akin kung ikaw o kayo ang gumawa.
Mr. Chair, we did
Yun
not
ang sinabi mo eh.
we did not submit the list to the President. But we collaborate the list with the Philippine National Police.
You mean to tell me that the president doesn't have any list at all?
Ang presidente, Mr. Chair, hindi naman nakikialam sa listahan namin eh. But the president has given his list. Ito yung tinatawag na
Could you please say that again? That the President has given his list? In other words, you're telling this committee that the President then had his own list.
ang Mr.
That
Meron
came from
tayong
your
tinatawag,
mouth,
Mr.
not
Chair,
from
na
mine.
I did. Yung
You be
yung
careful
dating
about your
tinatawag
statement.
na PRR the list. Merong
Merong
tinatawag
PRRD
na doon.
list?
Meron dati yun, Mr.
Yes or
Chair.
no?
Eh. Meron Mr. That's
Nasaan
what we
ngayon yun?
call that's what now we call the IDID. Interagency Drug Information Drug Information Database. So yun yung coming from the different intelligence from the intelligence community at iba rin yung original listahan na nasa PDEA where we collaborate with the Philippine National Police and the local government unit. Yun naman po ang tinatawag nating National Drug Information System.
Well, let me ask, PDEA and the Philippine National Police, saan nakuha ng ating dating Pangulo ang listahan? For example, like meron siya listahan ng mga politiko na sinuspende, na nawawala. Saan nakuha po yung listahan niya? Diba nakuha sa PDEA o sa Philippine National Police?
It came from, Mr. Chair, it came from the different intelligence agencies in the country.
You mean to tell me that the former president has another intelligence agency?
Collaboration,
Does the former president has a secret intelligence agency Like the second agreement they had with China.
We cannot answer that, Mr. Chair. But as far as we are concerned, yung listahan namin is coming from yung old list namin, at the same time coming from the newly identified drug personalities and collaborated by the different local government units in the barangay. So inaano natin ito, i-validate natin ito. But meron ding binigay sa amin na interagency drug information database. Ito naman yung coming from the different intelligence units in the country na hindi naabot ng listahan ng PDEA, kaya nakaano siya, nakaiba siya. So that yung i-clear namin sa barangay, yung mga National Drug Information System, yun yung subject of tukhang na tinatawag ng Philippine National Police. Sa amin naman po is house visit ang tawag namin doon. So initially, merong listahan. Massive ang initial response ng PNP at barangay. Ano nangyari? Nagulat ang barangay dahil hindi natin alam kung saan ilalagay yung mga sumurrender. Because the foundation for the tukhang was not really established yet. Hindi natin alam saan ba pupunta tong mga tinukhang, nag-surrender. Ano bang gagawin natin? We don't have the community-based drug rehabilitation program before. So, for 3 years, yun po yung inaasikaso ng PDEA and Department of Health para magkaroon ng saysay yung mga sumurrender. Para sila naman ngayon ay makapagbago at maibalik sa mainstream ng ating society. Ito na po yung rehabilitation and reintegration program. Yung latter part na po ng barangay drug clearing program natin.
So lang maging malinaw, General, yung secret kanina, joke lang yun.
Wala po akong personality to answer that, Mr. Chair.
Anyway, ganito yan. No? I would like to tell the public who's even watching right now that we are for the elimination of drugs in this country. What we are not for is the human rights violations that are here. Hindi kami papayag na magkaroon po ng na mawala yung due process. We are not going to agree na yung nakalagay po sa ating saligang batas na magkaroon po dito ng due process ay mawala. Yun ang nasa atin. Sapagkat naniniwala po tayo, any suspect na nahuli po yan are presumed innocent until proven guilty by the courts. You see? Pero ang nangyayari dito, ito tanong ko, ito more than 6,000 na napatay, for example, nakarating ba sa korte yan? Nakarating po ba sa korte yan? Sino pwedeng sumagot niya? Attorney Conti, ikaw, yung bang more than 6,000 na napatay ng mga biktima, nakarating po ba sa korte yan?
Palagay ko po, iilan lang. Sa akin po, may 6 nga po kaming isinampang kaso sa Office of the Ombudsman. Isa lang ang nakatungtong ng korte. Kaya
Okay.
mahirap po talaga.
Revelation po yun. Pero bang ibang sasagot niyan? Chairperson CHR, meron ba kayong record niyan?
Check ko lang po yung aming record. So meron po kami based on our monitoring kasi wala naman po kaming prosecutorial function. So based on after the investigation, meron po kaming monitor na 18 cases filed in the regional trial courts, 42 cases filed in the Office of the Ombudsman. Sa prosecutor's office po, 42 cases din ang na-file. Then admin cases, 107 filed in the IAS of the Philippine National Police. Sa NAPOLCOM ay isa. Sa Ombudsman for admin cases, 47. So yun po yung aming records
Out
based
of
on
more
our
than
monitoring.
6,000 victims.
Based on our numbers, 3,900.
Okay. Do you believe, Secretary Guevara or Director General Abayalde, and any of you in the police force natin, that there were indeed human rights violations on the war against drugs during the time of the former president? Go ahead.
Palagay ko po ay wala naman tayong disagreement na meron po talagang mga insidente ng human rights violations. Hindi lamang po dun sa drug war, marami pa pong ibang insidente na kami po ay nag-imbestiga through the mechanism called Administrative Order number 35 ng mga extrajudicial killings, torture, and forced disappearance, and other serious violations of the right to life, liberty, and security. Kaya yan naman po ay admitted. It's just too bad po na ang due process po for everyone will have to be observed. Meron po tayong mga inaakusahan sa husgado or kuminsan po ay doon pa lang sa DOJ ay nadidismiss na dahil po sa kakulangan din ng ebidensya, kuminsan po ay ang mga testigo ay ayaw lumitaw and so forth and so on. Pero kung ang katanungan niyo po ay is it a fact na mayroong human rights violation na may kinalaman sa war on drugs, I think ang sagot ko po dyan ay meron. At yan po ay kailangan lamang nating i-establish by means of competent evidence. Case-to-case basis po. Hindi naman po lahat ng may namatay sa police operation ay masasabi na may violation ng human rights. This is subject to the defenses din po ng mga law enforcement agents concerned.
How about Director General Abayalde?
I think, Mr. Chair, this is the very essence of the conduct of the investigation today, no? Para po talaga ma-establish talaga kung sino yung dapat manugot. Kung sabi nga po ni Soldier kanina, kung talagang meron, kailangan po manugot kung sino talaga. And
But
that
do
is
you
the
believe that
essence
there
of
were
this
human rights
investigation.
violations?
So,
Do you believe that there were human rights violations in the past? Even during your
yes,
time
even
as
the past
Director
po.
General?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, even in the past. Hindi lang po nung panahon ni dating Presidente Duterte.
Yes.
Even in the past, there were alleged human rights violations.
But there
That's
were
why,
more human rights violations during the time of the former president because of the war on drugs.
yes, kailangan pong establish yan, Mr. Chairman. It's because, tama po yan, it's because during the time ni Presidente Duterte, it's what's only during his time na nag-concentrate po talaga siya sa anti-illegal drugs. No? Kaya po naging very siguro kapansin-pansin, no? Dahil nakafocus po yung halos lahat ng police operations
Director
on
General, you still have
anti-illegal
words.
drugs.
We have the committee hearing right now not to establish that there are human rights violations. But we have in Congress this committee hearing because it has already been established that there are human rights violations.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. At siguro po, it's also the purpose of this committee para mabigyan pa po ng mas malakas na tiwala yung ating mga naging biktima dito with our existing laws. Baka meron pa po tayong mabigay sa kanila na another para protection, para lalong lumakas po siguro yung loob nila para lumantad at lumabas, no? It's nakikita po kasi natin dito na maraming natatakot, especially so pag ang suspect nila ay pulis. So ito po ang titignan natin how we can help them or how we can craft a law para mabigyan pa sila ng mas mas mabigat na proteksyon.
Ayan po, yung kayo po
No?
pong mga biktima, ang nagsalita po ay former Director General na.
It's because
maglabasan po kayo.
again, Mr. Chairman, marami po kasing existing naman ngayon na mga bodies that the people can complain. They file their complaints, no? Nandiyan po yung Napolcom, nandiyan po yung PLEB, nandiyan po yung IAS, everything, no? Nandiyan po yan. Now, if kung hindi pa po sapat yan, then we can probably with the help of legislative bill, then probably magkaroon po ng confidence yung ating taong bayan diyan.
Well, that is the problem. So glad you mentioned that, Director General Albayalde. Napakarami nating mga agencies, no? But a very small portion only have been actually investigated. Nandiyan ang Napolcom, nandiyan ang Philippine National Police, nandiyan ang DOJ, nandiyan ang NBI, nandiyan ang PIDEA. pero only a very small portion have been actually investigated out of more than 6,000 victims, Director General.
Mr. Chairman, hindi po siguro a very little portion. Kaya po siguro nakikita natin a very little portion kasi little na konti lang po kasi yung nag-file ng kaso. If
Ayan.
para magkaroon po sila ng confidence, if sabi ko nga
Attorney
magkaroon po
Conti.
silang additional protection, then tataas at tataas po yan. Most probably.
Challenge sa
No.
inyo yan.
Tataas po
Attorney
yan, Mr.
Conti.
Chairman.
Sa amin po, sa amin sa Congress, we'll do everything we can to reveal all of these human rights violations. Dito po kami, upang talagang expose natin ang human rights violation. Hindi lamang kapulisan na gumawa nito. Kahit na mga private na mga tao. O hindi natin tinutukoy lamang ang ating kapulisan. Because I also fully support the Philippine National Police in their job. Okay. Now, Director General Villanueva, naniniwala din po ba kayo na maraming mga violations sa panahon?
Mr.
Ayan.
Chair, I cannot answer for the Philippine National Police, but
I'm asking you to answer for the PIDEA.
but I can only answer to PIDEA as far as PIDEA is concerned. There's no human rights violation as far as PIDEA is concerned. Do sa 6,252 cases na yan, Mr. Chair, 161 po dyan ang 115 po dyan ang PIDEA initiated. At merong another 46 na joint PNP and PIDEA. At lahat po yan, Mr. Chair, na file na natin except for the 12 cases in Mindanao na
Hindi
nagwe-wait
kayo
pa rin.
naniniwala na merong human rights violation?
Mr. Chair, ganito kasi yan eh.
Dali po. Kahit na itong mga biktimang ito ng mga pamilya ay nag-testify dito ngayon, hindi kayo naniniwala na may human rights violation?
Mr. Chair, as far as PIDEA is concerned, yung sa amin lang na organisasyon, wala pong human rights sa amin.
You were the Director General at that time. You're not talking about just the PIDEA.
If yung
Please,
sa
please.
labas, sa buong
You
sa
are under
kabuuan, Mr. Chair,
You are under oath. This might not be the court, but this is a committee hearing of Congress. You're under oath.
yes, Mr. Chair.
So tell us, you do not believe that there is any human rights violations during those times?
Out of PIDEA,
there
Mr.
is
Chair,
none?
meron.
Meron
Pero
pala
sa
eh.
PIDEA, Mr. Chair,
Pero
walang human rights sa
okay
amin,
na.
Mr.
Kasi,
Chair.
nakakainis yung sagot ninyo kanina eh. Meron pala naniniwala pala kayo ngayon eh. Parang ini-insulto nyo ang committee ito eh.
No, Mr. Chair, ang pagkakaintindi ko is,
Miss-
meron bang human
Director
rights?
General, you are under oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Now, I'd like to ask our Director General right now, naniniwala ba kayo na merong human rights violations na nangyari?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what
Yes.
I'm saying,
Yes,
now,
Mr.
the
Chair.
thing is, the fact that you said a moment ago, there are no human rights violations, is tantamount to saying, dito sa amin, niloloko nyo kami.
No, Mr. Chair. Ang pagkakaintindi ko, Mr. Chair, is kung merong human rights violation sa PIDEA. Kaya nga sabi ko, Mr. Chair,
Hindi po PIDEA ang pinag-uusapan dito. If there are human rights violations sa nangyaring war on drugs.
yes, Mr. Chair, I
nung
correct
panahon ng-
myself. I correct myself. There
Okay.
is a human rights
So you're
violation.
apologizing right now.
Yes, sir. I apologize, Mr.
Okay.
Chair.
All right.
I
now,
correct myself.
Let me ask the Philippine National Police. Do you believe that during the time of the former president, there were human rights violations on the war on drugs?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Ba't ko tinanong ito? That's the reason why this committee now is hearing all of these things. So, totoo lang, tinatanong ako ng media, bakit ngayon lang? Bakit ngayon lang ito? Because look, ang unang-unang sagot ko dito ganito. Andiyan ang mga nanay ng mga napatay. Kahit na po yan, mga suspect yan. Ha? Naniniwala po tayo sa kahalagahan ng buhay. Alright? And any loss of life is a tragedy. Andiyan po yung mga nanay. Palagay nyo kaya yung mga nanay na ito ay matutulog na lang na hindi maaalala ng mga nangyaring yan? Nakakatulog ba sila? Hanggang ngayon, after 6-7 years, they're still crying for justice. Oo. Nagkaroon po ng privilege speech si Congresswoman Castro. Nagkaroon ng resolution si Congressman Manuel. Ibig nyo sabihin, uupuan lamang yan ng Committee on Human Rights. Wala tayong gagawin dyan. Oo. Ako naman, mga kaibigan, ako naman, unang-una, ako'y mananagot sa ating Diyos tungkol dyan. Pangalawa, mananagot ako sa taong bayan sapagkat niyo ginawa aking tungkulin bilang isang mamabatas. Kaya dito, sa committee ito, we are now doing that. Hindi tayo yung bang naghahanap kung sinong culpable dito. We're not passing judgment on anyone. But we're trying just to investigate sapagkat nais natin na maging tama itong ating ginagawa. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, okay. Ako bilang isang bishop, binanggit ko sa inyo ang Isaiah 1:17. Anong sabi nun sa Isaiah 1:17? Learn to do well. Ito binabanggit po ito sa ating lahat ngayon. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. So anong ibig sabihin po nito? Diyos na ang nagsabi nito. Alright, hindi tao. Kaya these words call upon us in the committee to actively pursue justice and uphold human rights. Because if we will not do that, ano pa ang silbi ng committee ito? Eh di wala na. Ang gagawin ko niyan, mag-resign na lang ako. Wala pa lang silbi ang committee ito eh. Alright? Anong gagawin natin? Kayo nandito, resource speakers kayo, mga iba sa inyo mag-isinungaling sa amin, ang iba sa inyo lolokohin kami. This might not be a court, but this is a committee that has been elected by the Congress to investigate in aid of legislation. Do you know why? Because this nation is a government of laws and not of men. Yan, kinakailangan din natin yan sabihin sa kapulisan natin. This is a government of laws. It is the Congress that make laws. Hindi pwedeng mag-act kahit na ang Pangulo na wala ang batas. Yan ang gusto kong sabihin sa lahat sa inyo. Kaya natin ginagawa dito, ine-emphasize ko ang gawain natin dito. To stand up for those who have been wrong. Those who have been wrong. Oo. Alam po natin, sa Philippine National Police, meron ding mga kapulisan tayo who have been wronged. Kaya nga anong ginawa ko in the past? Tumulong ako sa inyo. Why? Because we would like to correct those who have been wronged. You see? Kahit sa anong bagay yan. So ano pa? To ensure that the rights of every individual are protected. Ito ang ibig sabihin po ng committee hearing na ito. Please, I would like you to understand that.